Basic Pairing Rules of Wine by Sheridan Scott of Saanich Sommeliers. Basic pairing rules. Wines are defined by their acidity, their tannins, and sweetness. Pay close attention to these characteristics when selecting a wine. Wine should match your food's components, textures, and flavors. Key components in wine include sweetness, acidity, and carbonation. Bubbles. In food, it's important to taste the elements, which include sweet, salty, bitter, sour, and umami. Textures in wine is influenced by the tannins in the alcohol, often described in terms of mouthfeel and body, from light to full. Texture in food is affected by the cooking method, moist versus dry heat, fat content, and overall richness. Both wines and food should have similar intensities. Flavors may either be complementary or provide contrast. Food and wines often share the same flavor families. Regional pairings can work well. Food and wines from the same geographical area complement each other naturally. Wines and food should enhance each other. Ideally, the wine improves the experience in the dish, and the dishes bring out the best qualities in the wine. Taste and smells are personal. Everyone perceives flavors a little differently, so personal preferences always plays a role. The impact of food elements changes the taste of wine. Acidic foods, such as tomatoes, increases fruitiness. Decreased acidity in wine, add lemon. Acidity cancels out acidity, which allows fruits and ingredient flavors to emerge. Spicy foods can increase the perception of bitterness, acidity, and tannins in wine, particularly in wines with a higher alcohol content. Sweet wines, however, can help balance and soften the heat from the spicy dishes. Sweet foods increase the perception of bitterness, acidity, and astringency in wine. Therefore, wine should be sweeter than the food that you eat. Salty foods increase the perception of smoothness in wine, decrease bitterness, acidity, and tannins, and can make the alcohol seem more pronounced. Salt and fat help buffer the tannins, while acidity in the wine can help balance out the saltiness. Umami foods intensify the perception of bitterness, acidity, and tannins in wine. This effect can be balanced by adding acidity to the dish, such as a squeeze of lemon. And bitter foods increase the perception of bitterness in the wine. General observations. When sweet and umami tastes predominate in food, wine can seem bitter, thin, and sour. Add a splash of lemon or acidity to the dish, and that can help improve the balance. Umami can also create a metallic taste in the wine. Although effect can be reduced by adding salt, for example, tasting blue cheese with a tannic wine may reduce the perception of astringency, but it can also leave the metallic taste afterwards. In general, acidity and salt can make wines seem richer and smoother. However, when in excess, they make the wines taste flabby and flat. Wines with the greatest versatility. The most versatile wines are often the ones that pair well with a wide variety of foods and can also be enjoyed on their own. Interestingly, some wines that may not be ideal for sipping alone can also still perform well when they're paired with a good food, as the food can balance and soften certain characteristics of the wine. Wines that tend to be the most food friendly typically have the following qualities. They're low in tannins. This prevents the wine from overpowering many of the dishes and reducing the risk of harsh or bitter interactions with the food. Moderate alcohol levels helps to maintain balance and avoid amplifying the heat of a spicy dish. High acidity. Acidity adds freshness and structure, helps the wines cut through the richness, cleanse the palate, and complement a wide range of flavors. These characteristics make such wines adaptable and easy to pair with many different cuisines and cooking styles. Styles of wine. Lightweight, it's crisp and lean. Aromatic, it's fruity and round. Medium full bodied, creamy, wood aged. Light bodied, low tannin reds, they're delicate and soft. Medium body, moderate tannins, balanced and structured. Full, deep, robust reds with tannins are bold and powerful. Sparkling is crisp and effervescent. Sweet, especially late harvest with botrytis, is lush and honeyed. Sweet, fortified, is rich and warm. Steps in choosing the right wine. Determine the primary element of the dish. Identify the dominant taste. which may come from one of the sauces, seasonings, or condiments rather than by the main ingredients itself. 2. Assess the texture created by the cooking method. Consider how the preparation affects the dish, ranging from light methods like steam to heavier methods such as roasting or barbecuing. Consider flavor matches. Look for complementary flavors that connect, sometimes called molecular approach, or traditional regional pairings where the food and the wines from the same area naturally work well together. Decide whether to complement or contrast. Choose a wine that either matches the richness of the dish or provides contrast. For example, creamy chicken dishes pair well with a rich wine like a Chardonnay, while wines with higher acidity, such as Riesling, can cut through the creaminess and refresh the palate. Hi everyone, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and check us out at saanich sommeliers.ca.